So we're on to round 5, game 2 of the Star City Games Invitational Qualifier here in sunny Doncaster. Let's talk a little bit about sideboarding, since they spent a few minutes between the games swapping a few cards over.
Yep, I would imagine that Ben's going to have brought in probably some targeted discard like Appetite for Brains or Duress or something along those lines, which is just going to allow him to be able to barrel through Quentin's hand a little bit better.
You're seeing a very shiny card there on the board.
Well, it's a very glary card. It's actually Diagraphical. Quentin is playing... He will most likely have boarded into maybe a few more Wrath effects and a bit of life gain to try and keep things on the straight and narrow for himself. He took 2 there off his land to Pillar of Flame, the Diagraphical, getting it out of the game. Ben's got his turn 2 Knight of Infamy. The one weakness the Rakdos deck does have, it does have a little bit of a lack, or did have a bit of a lack of quality 2 drops. However, it's sort of taken that all the way back, to tell you the truth. And Knight of Infamy's filled that gap nicely. He takes 2 off Blood Crypt there in order to play Geralf's Messenger.
This is back when it's only 2 drops with a certain artifact that used to throw zombies at people's heads.
Yeah, Mortarpod was an excellent card for it, but in recent times it's had to deal with things like 2 2s for 2, like bears are like the best zombies it can have. Bad news for Quentin, that Cavern's on Devil, and here comes Hellrider, and this is exactly what Quentin would have been trying to avoid in this game. So he's going to take 8 just off that attack, just the triggers and the Geralf's Messenger. And the thing is, here for a control deck, what's so bad is that even a Wrath of God's no good here. So even though Quentin got removal for the first 2 creatures, the next 2 are good enough to just do him in on their own, and this is kind of the point I was making in the first game. I think that control decks generally are quite weak against this Rakdos aggro deck. Forbidden Alchemy, I think he's probably looking for... Honestly, don't know what he can be looking for here with Forbidden Alchemy. I mean, maybe he has a... maybe he can get something into play to try and block his way through. Yeah, that's Supreme Verdict that he's played there, but the Messenger just comes back in, so...
And drops him to 6 on 2 life loss.
Yep.
And just any sort of haste monster here, or even a burn spell will do it.
Yeah, pretty much anything's going to put Quentin away here. In for 4. And another Messenger's perfectly good enough to do it. So there we go. And after that quick and simple match, we're going to be on to game 3.
Back in my day, I'll go to 0, go to -2.